channel, a writer, as well as a spiritual mentor. And I want to start a new series here on YouTube about my life as a spiritual entrepreneur and a spiritualist. The inspiration for this came when I realized that so easily we can get into spirituality and negate the fact that we're still human. So even though I see myself as an energetic being and a soul within this body among this planet and among all these other humans, I am very much aware that I am also a human and I have my own reality that's happening in my experience. So I kind of just want to share what's been going on and continue to be really open about my day-to-day life as a spiritual entrepreneur and what that looks like for me, because I promise you it's probably not what you think. I go through a lot of ups and downs. If you're wondering, my sun sign is Pisces, I'm a Gemini rising and a Cancer moon, so my emotions definitely fluctuate often. And that's something that I've learned to actually really appreciate about myself and the way that I flow with life and with energy and my sensitivity. So here we are. Something that I really like to talk about as a spiritual mentor is the shadow aspects of ourselves that come up, and today that was a really big theme for me. I've been really stressed, like I have pimples, guys, like I am breaking out, I am stressed, and the main reasons of my humanly stress is currently because of my financial situation. So at the tail end of last year, middle of I guess like at the beginning of November, I moved to Vancouver, BC in Canada, and everything's been so great. Like I don't excuse the massive truck that's going by my house right now. I don't want to negate the fact that I'm very grateful for my present experience and what I've been able to manifest for myself. As somebody who is very spiritual, I will say that manifestations do come very quickly, and they can look or seem like they're coming from our shadow and our fear, and they can also come from our alignment and our love. So for me, it's been about bringing that into balance. So I am very grateful for my reality. I'm grateful for the home that I get to live in and the beautiful space that I have. I'm grateful that I have a business that I love. I get to write, I get to create, I get to share and assist people in their journeys. I get to channel and be a conduit for messages from beyond and energy that is not visible. I also work as a children's gymnastics coach. I've been doing it for about 11 years now. They keep me very much in connection to my inner child, and that is something that I greatly appreciate about that job. Coming back to my stress and what's been going on for me, finances has been a really big lesson that I've had to learn since I've moved here. All throughout university, I had 3 sources of income, and I was living in a city that the cost of living was a bit lower, and I was very fortunate in the amount of financial wealth I was receiving. Not to say that I am not experiencing that same reality, as I've been very grateful to have people in my life that do fully support me and want to see me succeed. Although it has been different moving to a different place, trying to stay consistent with my business, as well as balance my energetic body within myself and then my job as a coach. So business has been kind of fluctuant with the energy that I've been feeling, and I was supposed to run my program, my 8-week program that I actually did have a couple people sign up for, although when I went to go run it energetically, Mercury retrograde hit and I was feeling so depleted of energy. I couldn't communicate a single thing. I just really felt like my ability to share knowledge and channel at that point was just really hindered, and I didn't want these beautiful women to experience an energy that wasn't in even exchange for the price that they paid. So I ended up having to cancel my program, and I thought I was running for the last time. It was a really emotional choice for me, and I really had to learn how to ask for help. Coming from my spiritual background and my belief systems, I do believe that everything is happening for me. I don't always fully understand the bigger reasoning for why I'm having this hardship at the moment, or why I'm finding it difficult to hold on to money or even receive money, but that is something that I'm working on very greatly and dedicating myself to, is opening up to receive love in the form of wealth. And if it's through my business or through friends and family or a different source of work, I've just really had to understand that it comes through people for the most part. There's a lot of things I've learned about money, and I can touch on those if that's something you guys are interested in. Although, yeah, my biggest stressor at the moment is that I do have some insurance stuff and disputes going on with my credit card company, as well as my taxes being backed up, as I believe that that's kind of occurring in divine timing, although it has something to do with the fact that it was the first year that I claimed my business on my taxes. But besides the point, it's just all kind of happening at the same time, and it's caused a lot of grief and shame to come up in my ability to take care of myself, because prior to moving here and prior to being in this current state, I was very self-sufficient and supported in my wealth and the way that I was able to accumulate my money. So it does come with a lot of pain to open up those things, to open up those fears and those belief systems around money. So yeah, today was a really tricky day. It wasn't something that I would consider bad, and I've learned not to label my emotions or logically try to make sense of them, but I do feel them and I do experience them, and energetically they do affect my state of living and how I show up. So it was one of those days that did feel a little bit more heavy, and I think that for me, what I always come back to is the gratitude, the amount of gratitude I have for being able to experience this. I was coming from a very entitled place. I was very fortunate in my previous lifestyle, also growing up, you know, like I grew up with in a single parent household with my mom, and we did have financial hardships, although she was very she had a way of supporting me that felt very solid and had a firm foundation, and I didn't always completely understand our financial situation, although I never felt like we went without money. And I'm quickly learning that I carry these belief systems on from my past experiences and ancestral trauma and worthiness around receiving money. So I am here and I am doing the work and I am healing. I am also a spiritual entrepreneur, so it can be tricky to show up to work, to my clients, to my programs, and not feel this sense of imposter syndrome as I'm continuing to heal myself, and here I am offering my energy to help others heal. So that is something that I am am very aware of, but I also respect in the fact that, you know, I have come really far, and I have done a lot of inner healing and inner alignment, and I appreciate that part of me, that I can fully accept and love the parts of me that are going through lessons and greater expansion, while also inviting others to join me and being a support system and a space held for them. I'm also very aware of the fact that I'm human, and this is part of the experience. This is what we go through each and every day. Like, no day is the same. Who said that? My friend Vanessa said that the other day, that she appreciates that no day is the same, and I really resonate with that, because it really isn't. We're always trying to respond to the feedback of the energies, which are always evolving and always shifting, and sometimes we lose track, but that is part of it. If we were able to be in our full alignment and fully connected to ourselves at every moment of every day, and reach that enlightened state 24/7, there would be no need to practice a lot of our lessons, and there would be no healing to be done. And so I fully embrace that part of my life, and that is part of it. So full transparency that I go through stuff too, and I just want to continue to share with you some of those intimate parts of my life, because it is something that occurs very frequently, and I'm not sure a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs talk about it in that way, just because it is, when we do embrace our spirituality, we work through these experiences different than we would have prior. And I can say that from experience. I no longer deal with them the same. Not to say that it doesn't come up. Like, there are times where I am sitting in bed, like tonight I had a hard day, and I know that when money is one of my trigger points, which I am currently working through another layer of that. And so I sat in bed and I had bread, and I had some Tim Hortons donuts, Timbits. So I am human, and I recognize that food is something that I use as an addictive habit to zone me out or to numb myself. Not that it does, but my brain conceptualizes it that way. So, but I completely embrace those parts of me, and I just really appreciate that you're here sharing in that experience alongside me. So yeah. I am still me. I am still here to embrace my energy and share with you my story, as well as my business. So please, if you resonate, or if you feel like you have similar situations that are going on in your life, or things that maybe you're a spiritual person as well and have a hard time speaking of the things that you go through due to some of the stigma, or due to some of the taboo topics of shadow work and what healing actually looks like for somebody who is spiritual, let me know. Please feel free to comment or reach out. You can find me on social media at Maria B. You can also go on my website where you can book readings and mentorship with me, and that would be at mariab.com. Please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, just so that these messages can get further reach to those who need to hear them, and those who need to feel seen and heard in their experiences as well. So I greatly appreciate you, and I'm sending you so much love. And I will be back soon with another episode. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon.